facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Good morning. Stay blessed, people.
It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for him.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going.
And the starting group for the Spurs. They've got Clark. Castle is out there with Christie. Then there's Wembanyama. And it's Jackson at the 3. And for Chicago, we've got Derek White. Williamson out there with Domantas Sabonis. And there's Flash. And it's Buzelis in at the 3, the small forward. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounding?
Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching. You know, I always give those guys credit. But in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball. And both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. You've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
It's been a while since MP has been challenged to tally more assists than his opponents. How would you rate his progress so far?
Well, maybe I'm the one to break the news here, but the results are in, and they're impressive. The MP has been driven to make plays, and the team has really prospered. His abilities to create those opportunities are making a huge impact on the defense.
Pass to Castle. Clark outside. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Christie. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
Well, they worked very hard to earn those whistles, playing assertive basketball and going right into the defender.
Here's Christie. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Wembanyama passes to Christie. Count that one.
Well, it took them 4 tries to get their first bucket. Let's see if they can build off that.
Williamson outside. Outside, White. Williamson is screen on Christie. Down low. Some solid defense from Clark.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Here's Castle. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on White. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in, we had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story.
That's just all Zion. But once he gets that close, he's zoned in on capitalizing no matter what.
Here's Castle. He's coming off a 13-point game against Sacramento.
Yeah, and look, he made his mark on defense also. Was pressuring the ball, came away with 3 steals. Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Here's Flash. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
The shots are certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
Clark outside. Christie with the screen on Williamson. Pass to Christie. Here's Castle. From the arc. Rebounded by Flash. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Kings. Williamson with it. He's against Clark. Here's Flash. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. And that's now 7 points for Flash.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Out left of the wing. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Christie. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Christie's got his second basket of the night. White the pass to Flash. Williamson in the post. He's against Clark. And it's Williamson missing. Spurs trail by 4. Jackson with the bounce pass. Pass to Christie. Beyond the arc. It's all in by the Bulls. And Flash gets it to go.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Here's Flash. Game against Oklahoma City. Very impressive. Back to Williamson. 6 to shoot. Here's Flash. He's got 10. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And while we have a second, let's see which squads have topped the league in assists during the past month. Number 1, the Bulls.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they pass the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
Here's Castle. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. Now he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama, just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Christie can't make it. The Bulls leading by 6. Pass to Williamson. This is the baby hook. San Antonio's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Jackson from long range. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Here's Flash, defended by Christie. Flash misses. Spurs trail by 6. Here's Castle. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Here's Flash. Cans it from downtown. Flash has got 16.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Wembanyama, a screen on White. Castle misses.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
How about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a lot.
And here's Jackson following a three from Flash. Here's Christie. And it's Williamson with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quote.
Yes, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
So it's the Spurs now after the three-pointer from Flash. The shot's good from Chris.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
And no one knows Williamson's game more than you. You know it firsthand. Zion's physicality makes him incredibly difficult to defend.
Well, there's no question, Kevin. He's virtually unstoppable going to the basket. But as time goes on, you know everybody's athleticism decreases a little. If he's going to age well in the league, he's going to need to have that jump shot as a weapon.
I'm sure you told him that, didn't you?
I tried.
Here's Castle. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Pass to Christie. Whistle blows, and that's going to be a travel.
Looking now at some numbers for Flash. The past month has been surreal. 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
And the Bulls making a change here. Anunoby's checked in. Wilkins is checked in for San Antonio. Sabonis kicks to White. Here's Flash. Good on the triple. Flash has got 25 points in the game.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Castle. No good again that time.
Team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Sabonis, the best to Flash. Back to Sabonis. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pass to Flash. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Williamson's got his 4th assist in this one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Castle. The 3. It's all in by the Bulls. Williamson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Flash passes to Sabonis. Now Williamson. There's the pick. That's good. Basket number 5 out of 5 for 8-night shooting.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. changes. Bruce Ellis has checked in for Sabonis, and it's Hardy in for White. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Christie the pass to Sharp. Nash outside. 4 on the clock. Pass to Christie. Can they get it? Rebound by the Bulls. This matchup with the Spurs is their first meeting of the season.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
This is a potential finals preview. As good as it gets early in the season.
Now here's Williamson. 10 points for him. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Now, here's Nash. Scoreless thus far. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college. And when you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams, this guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Victor Wembanyama comes in for Wilkins, and it's Reynolds in for Christie. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, Stan, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Here's Reynolds after the Bulls pick up 2. Uncovered. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. There's 10 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Flash. 2 on the clock. And the Bulls take down 2 more.
They have been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. It's Chicago opening up a huge gap. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Honestly, like, I mean, for the most part on the streets, like, I got homies that are in that shit, and I know people.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
You could see they were well prepared defensively.
Flash comes in for Pippen. second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Offside Jones. Sinks that one from the post. Jones has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press you in.
And now let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey guys, Flash in the last game against Oklahoma City was all business. He had an impressive number of points, and he was tremendous in that game. That was a season high in points, too. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Sharp, the pass to Clark to the left wing. Wembanyama finds Sharp. San Antonio again missing. Here's Flash. He's got 32. Screen by Jones. Flash misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Rebound.
Wow. So none of my shots want to do
Nice
it.
job protecting the rim, turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Pass to Stewart. Here's Castle. Outside for Wembanyama. Chicago grabs the miss. Flash has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He is a highlight reel
Wendy just got
unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Sharp. And Jones sends it back. They get it back. Just 5 to shoot. Castle misses.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
And Flash gets it to go. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screening. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Pass to Castle. And the 3-ball is good. Castle's got 7 points.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter. They still have ground to make up.
Some changes for Chicago. Loader comes in for Jones. And Williamson subbed in for Mouzels. White finds Williamson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. From downtown, sinks the three-pointer. Flash has got 39.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Here's Castle. Excellent D from Flash.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Kicks it out to Williamson. Here's Flash. He's got 39. Misses for 3.
Come on, Jess.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Clark. Christie against White. Shot on the wing. The shot's good from Christie. 12 points for him. Chicago's gone 4-7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. at the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Not a guy who can stop by fouling. Williamson too focused and too powerful.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Chicago.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
So, Coach, thinking about Zion Williamson and his impact on the game, sometimes his playmaking can be overlooked a little bit.
Yeah, Kevin, this guy is really unselfish, and I think Zion actually relishes setting up teammates for shots more than he likes to score. He knows he's going to draw a lot of attention, and he creates shots for his team.
Just hearing you talk, I know you really like him, even personally, don't you? You love him as a player, but personally you like him.
Just a great person.
Here's Castle. 7 points in the game. Wilkins dishes to Jackson. Pass to Christie. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself now. It's a little early for that second foul.
Chicago making some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. And Buzelis subbed in for Hardy. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Simply one of the best shooting performances you are ever going to see. A three-point barrage.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Flash. He has 45 points. Sinks the triple.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game. And he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Clark outside. There's a minute 47 left in the first half. Castle.
Get that shit out of here.
It's tipped. Swiped away. To halt the run. Rebounded by Flash. Flash has got his 5th rebound in this one.
He is really scuffling the score offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Yeah, and quick and shifty there off the bounce. Fluid with that shot motion as well. Williamson continues to impress.
And it's Clark in the corner. Outside Jackson. Shoots over White. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Buzelis has got rebound number 5.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
59 seconds left now here in the second. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Outside Jackson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is. And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
The Spurs shooting 38% in the second quarter. Defensively, they look a little bit confused. Jackson passes to Christie. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Christie's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's already got 9 points from three-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
Here's Flash. Another three for Chicago.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Here's Christie. And a strong finish with two hands.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here's Flash. Fires the three. Good from three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
1 second left. You can't get that one to fall. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our mid-season Eastern Conference standings.
You're looking at the Bulls. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And as much as it pains me, I have to agree with Big Fella.
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the Bulls.
This has been a weight room game. They're just stronger on the glass, and they're playing with a mean streak, guys.
And what do you know about weight rooms, Kenny?
He knows how to avoid them.
Ooh.
But not everyone sees him as just this harmless entity.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
In fact, he majorly splits his opinion with some people, refusing to forget about some of the most horrifying things he's ever done. If you genuinely like Trump to play, tune into his lives every time. There's something wrong. That's every generation.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here's Chicago on the court right now for the Spurs. And Benyama's out there with Clark. Then it's Castle. And there's Christie. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position.
Well, it's easy to see why they continue to call his number. He's delivered, and he's the leading scorer in this game.
Here's Christie. Missed it for the 8th time in 15 tries from the floor.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now is massive. And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Here's Wembanyama. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got his 6th rebound on the night. And Flash gets it to go.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Dash to Castle. Here's Christie. 6 on the shot clock. They need this. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Pass to Castle. Sabonis against Wembanyama. Here's Christie. Jackson from long range. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And that one's good. Williamson.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Clark outside. Jackson has the open look. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
It's stolen by Buzelis. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Here's Flash. And a little left that time, but it drops. Flash has got 11 in the second half.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contributions. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Here's Wembanyama. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Flash. And boom, he hits it again. And that's 7. He's unbelievable. Pass to Christie. Jackson looking it over. It's stolen by Buzelis. And here comes one, leading the fast break. And again.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Here's Christie. Pass to Clark. Wembanyama, right side. Takes the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Castle's got 10.
And in nailing the 3 there, he puts a lid on what's been a huge run by the Bulls.
And Flash gets it to go.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Oh, shit.
San Antonio's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Pass to Christie. Spurs passing it around. Wembanyama down low. Defended by Sabonis. Here's Jackson. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Jackson's got his first points of the night.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Lets the 3 fly. And another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Over to the left wing. Clark, left side. Tries it from 9. Jackson misses.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
About as ugly as you can have, you're right.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Castle. 10 points for him. White with the defensive effort. Chicago has gotten going here in the second half. Outside 4 from the arc.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Pass to Christie. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
Well, 3 triples in the first half, but he seems to have gone cold from distance since the break.
Flash passes to Sabonis. And there's Buzelis on the assist by Sabonis. Buzelis has got 5. The Spurs shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Christie kicks to Jackson. Pass to Wembanyama. Looking to get it going. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And really, Stan, Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be one of those paradigm-shifting players. Don't you agree?
Oh, no doubt, Kevin. First of all, there are not going to be very many 7'4" guys come along. And then come with the skills that he has on a court, the length, his mobility, how fluid he is. It's unprecedented.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Jones checked in for Sabonis. OG Anunoby comes in for Zion Williamson. And it's Hardy in for Derek White. And he sinks the second. We see coaches stand willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. Going back in my Rolodex here. Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. My wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college, and she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Oh, goodness. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Castle. He's got 10. Close one. Nice defense from Flash. Throws it up high. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Jones has gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Pass to Christie. Clark outside. Sharp with it. The tray. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Flash has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done to the left side wing. And the 3 off target.
What the fuck,
Here's
bro?
Castle.
Damn.
From 12 feet out. It's all in by the Bulls.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Back to Sharp. Wembanyama against Jones. Here's Castle. Pass to Christie. There's the triple. Drains the three-pointer. Christie's got 20.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
That one good for 2.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Here's Castle. Now Sharp shoots the 3. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Count that one. Hardy's got 10.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Pass to Christie. Clark with a wide open look. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Here's Flash. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. Rebound, San Antonio. Clark's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Sharp has it in the corner. Castle misses. Chicago's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Anunoby passes to Flash. Lets it go with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Christie can't make it. The Bulls shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. Connects from three-point range.
Look, this guy is clearly on a heater from deep. If you're the defense, you cannot allow him to shoot it from out there.
A minute 20 left in the 3rd. Pass to Castle. Lock at 6. Wembanyama, a screen. Here's Christie. Launches from deep. Rebounded by Flash. Hardy passes to Flash. And he takes the fantastic lead pass out strong for the slam.
Playing with high energy, out outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Anunoby against Sharp. They can't stop the run with that one. And now the Bulls on the break. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And Flash gets it to go.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Clark outside. Jacks up a three. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with cruces. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the Wembanyama. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Chicago, holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this.
And while they could abide by a lot of his hateful antics, targeting defenseless creatures was too far. Damn it, I thought...
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. As we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Miles McBride. Jones is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Harden. Then it's Flash in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Looking to end its cold spell. Chicago grabs the miss. There's the 3. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Stevens, the pass to Nash. Stan, you always emphasize defense. What do you make of the offensive surge in the NBA today?
Well, Kevin, look, skill level is the best it's ever been. Shooting range is incredible, which makes defenses have to defend more and more of the court. Rules and officiating favor the offense. It's never been harder to defend in the NBA.
It sure looks that way. You're right. The Spurs shooting a low 30% right now on under offensive performance. Pass to Wilkins. The rebound by McBride. Now here's Hardy. He's guarded closely. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Nash with it. Sharp sets the pick for Nash. Wembanyama outside. The 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Jones has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Out to the wing. Here's Hardy. And it's Chicago scoring again.
Well, he's shooting a high percentage, but not taking enough shots, in my opinion. He needs to be more aggressive on offense.
Pass to Stephens. Wembanyama with it. He's guarded by Anunoby. Wembanyama against Anunoby. Steps back and shoots. Again, the miss by the Spurs. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Flash buries it from 3-point range. Flash has got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for the Bulls. The Spurs have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of this is just the one made. in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the Heat.
Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
Schroeder, he's checked in for Jones. And San Antonio also making a switch. Castle's checked in for Nash. The free throw is good from Flash.
Well, we're seeing a different version of him in this half, taking a more direct approach. He didn't have a single free throw in the first half.
Driving in. And it's Sharp missing. Here's Chicago. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Here's Flash. Bangs home the trifecta.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
So it's the Spurs now. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. Pass to Wilkins. Now Wembanyama. Shoots over Anunoby. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The Bulls have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Here's Stephens. And here's Sharp. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Now here's Hardy. He's covered closely. Pass to Flash. Driving the lane. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands, which I guess makes sense. It's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot, keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Flash.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Sharp, defended by McBride. Pass to Flash. This one for 3. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
There's a screen. Wilkins with it. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. The shot's good on the assist from Wilkins. And it's 6 points for Shaedon Sharp. Here's Flash. Hangs in mid-air and converts on the double clutch later.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Sharp. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Oof, rough game offensively. He's really struggled and really probably why they're trailing.
Flash passes to McBride. Now here's Hardy. Flash. And And the Bulls, another three.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Now Sharp. Well, Stan, I know you made the transition from college to the NBA as a coach and were successful, but how hard is that transition for the players to go from college to the pros?
It's an incredible transition, Kevin. In college, let's think about it. The very best teams may have 2 or 3 NBA caliber players. You know how many NBA players are on NBA teams? 15 of them. And the pace of the game, everything happens faster, so all of your reads and decisions have to happen faster. That's what I think takes the time more than the skills themselves.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
To the paint. Pass to Wilkins. Back to Sharp. Takes a three. Rebound by Schroeder.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Anunoby, good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Now Sharp. For the three. Rebounded by Flash. Flash has got 11 rebounds in the game. And McBride gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Wembanyama. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right? You think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
Flash passes to Anunoby. Traps in the tray. Anunoby's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Pass to Sharp. Now Wembanyama. He's guarded by Anunoby. Anunoby against Wembanyama. Puts up a three. Rebound by the Bulls. On the wing, Anunoby. Defended by Wembanyama. And there it is for him.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
Sharp with it. Wilkins setting the pick for Sharp. Hits the three-point bomb.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
To the wing on the left. They set the pick.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. The Spurs shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. A minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Castle. Lets a floater go. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 panelists that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be on that panel, and, you know, I mean, I think we'd probably get more worthy award winners if they would just let me pick them myself.
But, you know, they make your picks public, and a lot of times voters are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me anyway. I have a family, Kevin.
Catching up now on the changes for Chicago. Jones checked in for Schroeder, and Pippen subbed in for Harden. Anunoby outside, and some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Drills the three-pointer. Anunoby's got 8 here in the quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Chicago.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys, and what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Flash.
Well, his triple-double stat line is evidence of his impact on this game. He was affecting play at all times.
Here's Chicago. Here's the 3. And the Bulls, another 3.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Jackson from long range. Chicago grabs the miss. McBride passes to Pippen. Here's Flash to the left side wing. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wound up there for Clark, and then Clark slams it in.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just two transients that they couldn't ever find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
You know, we reached the point where he has so many enemies that they even pay for a chance to jump off.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.